how do we turn this around? Or if you're somebody listening and you're about to have kids, how do you parent in a way where your kids don't become
Well, there's a book by the famous book written by Spock.
That your mom had.
Yeah, my mom got by serendipity when she's walking through the line. She got the Reader's Digest version, and she happened to get it, and she used that like the Bible. But it didn't teach aggression, that book. It taught even-handed and looking at the other person's position. In the hood where I grew up, you weren't interested in the other gang's position.
Right.
You know, your position was the Holy Grail.
Okay.
And so.
But your mom.
My mom saw through that. And it was almost impossible sell for my dad because he was the antithesis of that. And to the day he died, my dad, when he was 86 or 87, tried to kill his doctor. So
your mom was the yang to his yin.
Yeah, correct.
And that's why you are who you are today.
Yep.
Because mom was listening to Dr. Spock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So try to raise your kids stronger.
Well, in today's world, it's even more important because now you have a million choices. I mean, information is almost instantaneous, or it is instantaneous, really. And a lot of the information, if not most of the information, depending on your political persuasion, is horseshit. I mean, it's not teaching you any good values. They're going to institute the draft in Germany again. I just heard this morning. Jesus Christ, you would have thought that Hitler came back.
Germany's more woke than London or New York ever could be, right? That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That I got people moving to Dubai from Germany, and they pull me aside and they say it's so bad there.
Yeah, he's right.
You wouldn't recognize it.
He's right. He's right. And they're not the most woke. There's other places that are worse. In the United States, the belt of support for Donald Trump are the least woke. You know, Central America, not Central America, Central United States.
Yeah.
But there's some. A communist is now mayor of New York.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is, I don't know if it should be hard to believe, but it happened.
Yeah, probably shouldn't.
A Muslim, well, he didn't call himself a communist, he calls himself something else.
Social democrat.
Yeah, but I mean.
We'll see if he actually does that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, got him elected, right?
Yeah, and the city's upset. But there's a lot of people upset in the United States.
And what's it like when you go there? Well, you said that New York feels like there's animals and vibrant again.
Oh, God.
And
it's like they unlocked the cages at the zoo.
Okay. And is that the U.S. in general? Is there a little bit more of an optimism?
Well, I mean, certain pockets.
Okay.
The Eastern Seaboard is very business-oriented. From Washington, D.C., actually from, not Maine, but Washington, D.C. to the Keys. Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, in that area, New Mexico. California is woke all the way up to Seattle, Washington. And then there's a swath that comes down from the Great Lakes through the central United States that is really business-oriented. But healthcare, when I told Rick Scott, who was my lawyer, when he left me, I said, you got to go, where should I go, Dan? I said, healthcare, or I said telco, which was internet at the time. And healthcare was going to 3% a year in 1985, 86. It's now going to 30% a year.
30.
With no sign of it slowing down. People are living longer, they want to live longer, and contrary to what the social media and the news say, which obviously has a liberal tint, they can afford it to grow older. When I was born, the average age of a male was like 54, 55. Now it's 87 or 86, something like that. And in my family, men lived to the early 90s to mid 90s, and women lived from late 90s to early hundreds. Without doing a push-up, my dad smoked 5 to 6 packs of cigarettes a day till he was 88. He lived to 91, and he drank at least a fifth of alcohol, spirits, a day from the time he was 18 to 88. And never did a push-up. Lived to 91.
Investment Club. Today, I consider it the best investment that I've ever made. We get 4 projects presented a week by their associated CEOs. Personally, I'm completely blown away by the quality of these projects, and I know of nowhere else where I would be given this same opportunity. Each week that passes, I feel more appreciative of the fact that I'm a member of this group. The vibe was just tremendous. Everybody's on the same wavelength. We just clicked. Everybody listened to each other, enjoyed their company. It was just magical, magical. Take action. Don't take my word for it. Due diligence you need to do. And I really hope that someday down the road I see you in the club. It far exceeded expectations, without question.
So if I don't live to 100, 120, I mean, it's because somebody shot me. I mean, there's no fucking way.
Otherwise, you're in good health.
Yeah, I'm in good health.
Besides the bad blood, whatever, a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're good.
It just goes to show you, though, when I got blood poisoning, plane can go down.
Right.
You
Something
know.
stupid can happen.
Yeah.
Black swan
Yeah,
events.
I always tell the NetJet guys, Mr. Pena, we're your pilots. I still like to give you money. You know?
You give them a little cash.
Yeah, always.
Just in case.
Yeah, before we take off.
Okay.
Yeah, just to make sure that you're thinking about me and Sally in the back.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. You said you think I should be taking more risk.
Yep.
You always tell me that.
Yeah, well, I do because
This
I
is
mean, you have more or less a riskless model,
Okay.
and I know more or less what you do. And there are ways of taking risk what you do, and you know them better than I, and you're not doing that. Okay, you more or less, and I may be mincing words here. You have a quasi subscription model. Okay, if it was your various schools, academies, et cetera, and that's not. That's, you know, there's little or no risk for you other than you have to sell them the re-up or take another class or an expanded class. And you know, how long? It's like when BitFuck got up to 117,000 4 years ago. Even I said I'm not for it, but as a trader, an old trader, I would sell a third, keep 2/3. When BitFuck got up to 125 or 30 just here recently, I said, sell a third, keep 2/3. And one other time I said when it had a big spike. And if you do the maths, as they say here, instead of math, which I don't understand why they say math, I mean, you'd still have, you know, about 40% of your Bitcoin that you started with, okay? And I have 5 or 6 Bitcoin billionaires, not because of me. They got in Bitcoin. We got 2 Romanian brothers from Chicago that got in Bitcoin at $50, $80, okay? And they went on dips. They've just continued to buy. They've continued to buy. I haven't talked to them in a year or two. But I'd rather be lucky than smart. But Jamie Dimon more or less has my attitude, which is kind of a cross between his attitude and Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett. If my clients, even if they're idiots, and they want it, I'll make a market. And so Wall Street, when PayPal said you could buy it with BitFuck, and then when you could buy fractional BitFuck, it's here to stay until some catastrophic black swan thing happens.
And
which I
Trump's
don't know.
all in. The Trump family's all in, and
Yeah.
the kids are all in, and he's pushing it, and now it's become a mainstream thing. They got the ETF, and all the banks want to get into blockchain, and
Yeah, well, it's mainstream when the Fed does it,
right,
and that
hasn't happened yet.
no, I don't believe it is going to happen.
Okay, or it goes on the U.S. balance sheet. You mean? If
Yeah,
there's a
correct.
strategic reserve.
Correct.
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet,
Oh, maybe it will.
and it's volatile as hell, you know, and most people can't handle it. That volatility.
Yeah, a third of the people who were at the seminar in November, and I wasn't even following it, paid to come to the seminar with BitFuck.
A third.
A third.
Okay.
And I went from, when it crashed to 100. Yeah, the seminar was on in November, late November. And you could see in the audience, I mean, it looked like they were sitting on eggs, you know? And but kids load up. You know, if you got 2% or 5% of your assets, that's one thing. But if you got a majority of your assets in it,
Yeah.
you're going to live a very volatile life.
Yeah, and you don't recommend that, but the kids do that, right?
Absolutely. Because they feel entitled, they should be able to make money faster. And one of the things that somebody told me here recently, people complain about the property ladder. They had to explain what that meant to me. You mean you can't afford to put a down payment on a house, right?
Yeah, and then you can't buy the next house because you don't have the first house. And
Okay, well, that was the same with me when I bought my first house. I just went out and worked harder and increased my revenue so I could buy the first house.
That's what Cardone said to me 2 days ago. He said, all these people bitch and moan. He said, it's easier to want a house today than it was in 58 because you can go get the money.
Yeah.
That's what he said. But everyone just says they can't afford it because it's so much higher than it used to be.
They're right about that.
Okay.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.
Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real. You probably know that we've just recently been re-platformed on YouTube after 25 months completely in the dark. The truth is, I really need your help. What I really need you to do is click on that subscribe button right now, like this video, and maybe even leave a comment or share the link with friends. We're really fighting against an algorithm that's tried to keep us quiet for so long. And the more subscribers we have, the more people watch our content, the better guests we can bring you, the better content, and we can continue transforming lives. We've been doing this for 14 years now. I want to do this for another 14 years, but I really need your help. So click on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share this, and we're going to continue to bring you more and more great content. Thank you.